to be able to solve the problems of the future, including things like the climate emergency, we need young people now to engage with science so that in the future we have a workforce that are able to creatively solve all these problems. So Generation Science is our schools and touring programme, which takes really interactive, hands-on, engaging shows and workshops all about science, technology, engineering and maths to primary schools all across Scotland. At the moment, teachers tell us that they don't have the resources. We know and we believe that science is for everybody and everybody should be able to enjoy that wonder. And so our real main aim is to try and break down those barriers and help teachers engage young kids as much as they can into science education. We are the experts in creating content that we know breaks down barriers into science. But as an educational charity, we cannot do this without the support of funders.
Primary schools, you're sort of a jack of all trades. So getting in people who this is their focus, they're better at adapting it and making it more accessible to children. I think the workshop and the way that it's done makes science feel less sort of threatening for me as a teacher.
It's got the show element and it's got a bit of a workshop element. Nice at the end that we actually have a nice conversation with them, and it's more about actually what they can do beyond this workshop.
Today I've learned how a robot moves, how to program a robot and how it works. I learned that I thought it was called a motherboard, but it's actually called a microcontroller where it controls all of the robot's body parts and stuff.
I think when you have a kid who you don't think is going to engage, or you get a comment of the teacher saying this child never engages in lessons, they'll sit and do no work, they'll be really distracted, but they fully engaged and came away with stuff at the end. I think that's why, or seeing the penny drop.
Quite often they see all the robots when they come in and they get really excited and they're engaged from the start, but sometimes you also get some classes who are a bit more reserved, especially with the older kids. But what's really nice is by the end you can see them all being totally transformed and they're all completely absorbed in the challenges. And
you feel like a rock star because you're a visitor in their school, so everyone's always really pleased to see you, so it's great.
Yeah.
Our mission is to accelerate the journey towards fossil freedom. So working with Edinburgh Science is part of us supporting the communities and also enabling us to bring forward a long-term workforce. And so we need to train the right people to be ready to deliver the services that we need through our supply chains to support us. And that means engaging young people early. So it means going into schools and telling them about what we're going to do. We also want to empower young people in a love of science generally. We're building infrastructure in their communities. We want people to know about that. We want people to welcome us. And we also want those young people to engage with us and for those that want to explore a career in energy and in district heating and in renewable energy. We also want to empower young people in a love of science generally and exploring how I can support Edinburgh Science to deliver more of their programmes. The more I can empower and engage my colleagues and show them the great work that Edinburgh Science is doing, the more colleagues get involved and enjoy being part of the programme and being part of that sort of partnership arrangement that we have.
We need this support. We have the resources, we have the knowledge, and we have the expertise. But what we need is the funding help that allows us to take this to as many young people as possible. By supporting Generation Science, you will be breaking down barriers into STEM and inspiring young people all across Scotland.